Field in Chicago. Standing by with the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
About 3 inches of the white stuff has fallen, and the prognosticators say still 3 to 5 more to come tonight in Chicago as we welcome you to football under the lights at snowy Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm Brandon Godden. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be interesting.
I've got the long johns, the socks, the boots, you name it. You know me in cold weather, we don't get along all that well. But these games are always interesting because you never know how it's going to play out. One slip, someone's going for 80 yards, and you could lose a game.
Just about set to roll now from snowy Chicago. And off we go from Soldier Field. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'2" QB out of North Carolina, former number 2 overall pick. It's Mitchell Trubisky. First carry now for David Montgomery. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. And Charles, now we get our first look at this offense.
And one guy you have to look at in particular is Kyle Long. Can play guard or tackle with a nice degree of nastiness.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Trubisky will throw. They'll find Miller. That's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
It's really easy to talk about Thomas Davis coming back from multiple knee injuries, but he wants his play on the field to be the story.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback out of North Carolina State. It's Phillip Rivers.
In some ways, he reminds me of a past NFL great who played the quarterback position as well. Jawing with the opposition, trash talking a little bit, doesn't mind getting hit and battered around some that kind of gets him into the game. But once it's time to lock in, Phillip Rivers does that as well as any quarterback in the league.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. Getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Gordon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
Partner, we've seen Melvin Gordon do it a variety of ways running the football. How about that last run? Had a little shake and bake to it there, didn't he?
He did.
Kind of reminded me of when he was at Wisconsin and what he did in Nebraska. His last year there, 408 yards in a single game. At that time, that was the NCAA rushing record, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then a week later, Samaje Perine broke his record with 427 yards against Kansas. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 33. Rivers to throw it. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, 33 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
No real hesitation from Anthony Lynn. They're going to go for 2. Here's Rivers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
One thing that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack, great leverage, and then goes and sheds people and makes plays.
And at 6'5", 270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor.
Now on 2nd and 13, Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He may try and run for this. Now Trubisky lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
You know I love football. You know I love the game.
I hope so.
But nighttime in December, you know I'm wearing multiple coats. So I just wonder about the guys on the field with all the great gear that they have. Do they have enough on or do they have too much on? Because sometimes that can affect you trying to carry the ball.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. The snow certainly making conditions difficult, and it's not likely to get better anytime soon, as we turn it right back over to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And now running right through it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On second down now, it's Gordon. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face a third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
All right, 180. Mike, 58, right there. So we got man. 58, boy, 58. On
second down, they'll run with Gordon. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. back now at Soldier Field. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On 2nd and 2, Rivers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going deep here for Allen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Rivers. Going deep for Benjamin. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Rivers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And now Rivers will lead the Chargers up to go for 2. They'll throw again. Rivers. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Trubisky readies the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little under a minute to go. They've yet to dent the scoreboard tonight. Now they've got to do it twice late if they want a chance here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. But it's going to be second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
You got nothing.
Now Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. Here's Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And they work this well upfield across the 45. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Throwing here, Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. Past the 20, 10, and that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and this was truly